Hi guys, and welcome back to Navigating the Periphery. My name is Debra, and this is my son Philip.
Hello.
Someday I'm going to have a different son here. I don't have a different son, I'm just kidding. How is everyone doing today? If you're into what we're doing on this channel, you know what to do. You looked a little surprised.
Yeah.
We want to try and get our message out there and try to reach and help as many people as we can. Navigating the Periphery, we are trying to stop the stigma of a mental health diagnosis. We are not here. One show at a time. If you know anyone who could benefit from watching this channel, please help. Spread the word.
Remember, it's okay not to feel or be okay all the time. You guys and gals are not alone.
Now,
We're here.
we are here. So, Philip, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great today, Mom. How are you doing?
I am good and excited to discuss today's topic, but first, a brief disclaimer here. We are not medical professionals.
No, we're not. Our channel is for information and education purposes only, and I'm speaking to you guys, out there from my personal life experience with OCD, GAD, and my schizoaffective disorder mixed type. So please refer to our full disclaimer at the end of this video and every episode that we put out. So, Mom, take it away.
Today we're going to navigate the periphery of what is making America healthy again and how it ties in to the mental health crisis here in the United States.
But first, I want to state this is not a political message,
No.
endorsement, or affiliation.
Nope.
I want to address food, health, mental health, and what's going on with those three. The current administration here in the U.S. has outlined a number of promises to change our nutritional guidelines, vowing to combat an epidemic of chronic diseases that are described as an existential threat to America's future. All are under the banner of fighting what this administration sees as a common thread behind a broad range of ailments, showing that Americans have been mass poisoned by big pharma and big food, and that federal agencies have failed to stop it.
We are in a mental health emergency, but healing isn't just therapy. It's connection, purpose, and policy. Let's talk about it. Build community and stop pretending we're fine when we're not. One story at a time, like what we're doing on our channel. Making our country healthier, especially with a focus on mental health, is both timely and deeply needed. The mental health crisis in the United States is complex and growing, affecting millions, especially younger generations, navigating a world of economic, social, and existential stressors. If you're trying to be a part of the solution, whether through advocacy, content creation, community building, or policy, it's already meaningful work, so keep it up. Every little bit helps when fighting the stigma of a mental health diagnosis.
Well said.
Thank you.
You're welcome. America is facing, as we said previously, America is facing a mental health crisis. And numbers don't lie. 26% of American women have been diagnosed with a mental illness, and since COVID, that number has just increased. Almost 25% of women over the age of 60 were using an antidepressant as of 2018, and antidepressant prescribing increased by 35% in the past several years. We need to do better for Americans, and not just adult Americans, but also our kids. For example, nearly half of all U.S. adolescents have had a mental health disorder at some point in their lives. A staggering number when you consider that we are dispensing antidepressant medication to our youngest at rates never seen before. Taking a look at the prescription rate between 2016 and 2022 paints a grim picture. There was a 66% increase in antidepressant prescriptions, and that number exploded and rose 64% faster than that in the months after COVID hit. I relate to this. My schizoaffective diagnosis was directly brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, and I'm still recovering from the trauma.
It is time to start asking whether we are relying too much on prescription medications for mental health issues. With questions about their effectiveness rising, we need a different perspective. Wouldn't it be great if this change supported preventive, alternative, and holistic approaches to health? In the current system, researchers don't have enough incentive to study generic drugs and root cause therapies that look at things like diet. These new guidelines will empower parents, kids, and their grandparents to get to the heart of the matter and provide resources for potential alternative and holistic approaches to mental health challenges. Now, we are in no way saying that you don't need medications or stop medications that you are currently on. Today's episode is just to look at the broader picture and scope of what's out there and available.
We actually did an episode way back in the beginning of our channel on how metabolism affects mental health. And we talked about the ketogenic diet and how it revolutionized treatment of epilepsy in children. Sometimes better than medications did at the time. It was another option in treating mental illness. Wouldn't it be great to have even more options than medications alone? I think so. I know I'll always need to take medication for my schizoaffective disorder. But knowing there are food or holistic options that can enhance what my medications do would be awesome. I'll leave a link to that episode in the description box below.
Yes, the more options, the better. However, there is also the flip side. However, these new guidelines have been criticized for their potential impact on the mental health crisis in the United States. Some argue that its focus on reducing reliance on psychiatric medications while addressing the root causes of the crisis may worsen the situation. Others, like the American Psychiatric Association, argue that these new policies could undermine effective treatments and exacerbate the crisis, which I also agree with. I know as a mother, my son would not be where he is right now without pharmacological intervention. His medications have saved his life.
You know what? I agree with that assessment, Mom. I wanted to do this episode to see what you guys think about these new government guidelines that are out there. What do you agree with or disagree with? Please reach out to us on our social media. We always leave the links to those in the description box below. Let's get the conversation started. I am not saying I agree or disagree with all these proposals. Again, this episode is not meant to be a political one. I'm just trying to have an open mind to learn what other treatment options are out there that could potentially benefit myself or others.
Definitely.
These new proposals aim to empower individuals to take control of their health and make informed decisions about their treatment, which some believe is crucial for improving mental health outcomes.
Absolutely. This Healthier New movement is built on the foundation of evidence-based public health principles, a commitment to health equity, and a focus on both individual and systemic changes, and could be a powerful force for improving the health and well-being of Americans. However, it's essential that such a movement avoids the pitfalls of promoting misinformation, undermining proven interventions like vaccinations, medications for mental health, and pushing unproven or harmful treatments on people. Please let us know what your thoughts are, and remember, it's okay not to feel or be okay all the time. You out there are not alone.
Yes, and at Navigating the Periphery, we are trying to stop the stigma of a mental health diagnosis, one show at a time.
So until we see you in our next episode, please take care, have a wonderful evening, and let us know what you think. Let's get the conversation started on this new health movement. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. That was